Hello students, how are you doing? I hope you are doing great. Today I am going to explain you fourth chapter from the first flight book, class 10th, from the diary of Anne Frank. This is the chapter written by Anne Frank. First of all, I would like to give you a brief introduction of this chapter. This chapter is an extract from Diary of a Young Girl or the Diary of Anne Frank. It is an autobiography that was first published in 1947. In this, Anne expresses her thoughts in a diary which was gifted to her on her 13th birthday. She names the diary Kitty, which she considers as her true friend. She describes about her childhood, her family, and about a lot other things that she told no one else. Let's see the explanation of this chapter. Writing in a diary is a really strange experience for someone like me, not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I feel like writing and I have an even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. Musing means a period of reflection or thought, means thinking, you can say. Let's see the explanation. The author feels that it is very uncommon, very unusual for her to write in a diary about her feelings and thoughts and experience, emotions, because it was the first time she was doing it. She feels this because she thinks that in the future no one would be interested in reading about a young schoolgirl past. She thinks that later even she will not be interested in reading it. But then she puts these thoughts away and decides that she should write it if she feels like doing so. She feels the need to write because there were a lot of thoughts she had been holding on to lately and she needed to get them off her mind. It is known that writing one's thoughts act as therapy. She makes the decision of writing a diary. So she had no true friends, so she wanted to tell everything in her diary. Paper has more patience than people. I thought of this saying no one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed. Depressed means sad, and was sitting at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless. Listless means lifeless, inactive, without energy. Wondering whether to stay in or go out, I finally stayed where I was, brooding. Brooding means engaged in or showing deep thought about something that makes one sad. Yes, paper does have more patience, and since I am not planning to let anyone else read this stiff backed notebook, grandly referred to as a diary. Stiff means hard. Unless I should never find a real friend, it probably won't make a bit of difference. Now I am back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend. Prompted means provoke, uksana. Okay. The writer feels that paper has much more capacity to absorb thoughts than people, to tolerate others' views. People have low patience level, but a piece of paper being a non-living thing would not refuse from absorbing such thoughts. This realization came to her one day when she was feeling more sad and confused than usual. She could not even decide whether to go out or stay at home at that time. When she finally decided to stay at home, she sat being depressed, being in deep thought. Again, she thought that paper had more patience and she decided to write everything that came in her mind. because she did not intend on making someone read it unless she found a real friend. By real friend, she meant a friend with whom she could share all her secrets. The author then comes back to the point where she thought of beginning to write. It is because she is lonely and has no friend to talk to. Let's see. Let me put it more clearly. Since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world, and I am not. I have loving parents, 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people I can call friends. I have a family, loving aunts, a good home. No, on the surface I seem to have everything except my one true friend. All I think about when I am with friends is having a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary, everyday things. Ordinary means common. We don't seem to be able to get by closer, and that is the problem. Maybe it is my fault that we do not confide. Confide means to tell personal things privately to a person that one trusts in each other. In any case, that is just how things are, and unfortunately, they are not liable to change. This is why I have started the diary. She then goes on explaining why she feels the need for a friend. She feels that nobody is going to believe that a young girl of 13 years is so alone, which practically she is not. Means she is not all alone because she has a loving family near about 30 people that can call be friends, loving aunts, and a good place to stay. This depicts a clear picture of a happy family, but the one thing that lacks in her life is the presence of a true friend. Means she has no true friend that she can share her things, stuff. She doesn't have a good time with friends. They talk about stuff but not real stuff that is actually going on in their lives. Despite trying hard, they are unable to get closer. She feels that maybe it is her who is not able to trust anyone with her private things, and she is not able to come any close to her friend. She feels that the current situation cannot be changed, and thus she needs to write her feelings in the diary. To enhance the image of this long awaited friend in my imagination, I do not want to jot down. Jot down means write down the facts in this diary the way most people would do. But I want the diary to be my friend, and I am going to call this friend Kitty. Since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty, if I were to plunge right in, I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. Enhance means increase, plunge means jump. Usually, when someone is writing in a diary, they just write down all the facts about them in a formal manner, which the author doesn't quite want to do. This is because she wanted to give her need for a friend a shape and thus decides to name the diary as Kitty, hoping that someone would read her diary one day. She thinks that writing about giving details about the background story would be ineffective. So, despite not wanting to do so, she gives brief sketch of her life. My father, the most adorable father I have ever seen, didn't marry my mother until he was 36 and she was 25. My sister Margot was born in Frankfurt, in Germany in 1926. I was born on 12 June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. My father emigrated to Holland in 1933. My mother, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September, while Margot and I were sent to Aachen to stay with my grandmother. Margot Went to Holland in December and I followed in February. When I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margot. Adorable means lovable, cute. Emigrated means leave one's own country in order to settle permanently in another. Plunk means to put down. Now, Anne says about her father, refers her father as the most adorable, most lovable father one could get. Her father married her mother when he was at the age of 36 and her mother was of 25. She and her sister Margot were both born in Frankfurt. As soon as Anne turned 4, her father moved to Holland with her mother. In September, while both the sisters stayed with their grandmother in Aachen, Margot was also sent to Holland in December, followed by Anne in February. Miss Anne went to Holland in February, who was brought as a birthday present for Margot. I started right away at the Montessori Nursery School. I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I started in the first form. In the sixth form, my teacher was Mrs. Cooper's, the headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said a heartbreaking farewell. In the summer of 1941, Grandma fell ill and had to have an operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration. In Holland, Anne was sent to Montessori Nursery School. It was her first school. She started from first class. She formed Miss Standard. She had Mrs. Cooper's, the headmistress, as her teacher in sixth standard, who even cried at the time of farewell. Miss, they shared a strong bond. Both of, both of them cried when they separated. In 1941, the author's birthday could not be celebrated well because her grandmother fell ill and underwent an operation. Grandma died in January 1942. No one knows how often I think of her and still love her. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other, and Grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. The four of us are still doing well, and that brings me to the present date of 20th June 1942 and the solemn dedication of my diary. Solemn means serious. Dedication means commitment. Intended means planned. Unfortunately, her grandmother left them in January. She was died in January 1940 and misses her grandmother more than anyone else. This year's birthday was to be celebrated with great cheer so as to compensate for last year's. She then mentions that her family is doing well, which sums up her background and brings her to the present date of June 20, 1942, when she is writing her diary. Dearest Kitty, our entire class is quaking. Quaking means shake or tremble. Quaking in its roots means they were all fear, afraid. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. Half the class is baking bets. Gian and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us, Cian and Jax, who have staked their entire holiday savings on their bet. From morning to night, it is, you are going to pass. No, I am not. Yes, you are. No, I am not. Even G's pleading means to make an emotional appeal. Glances and my angry outbursts, a sudden release of strong emotion. Can't calm them down. If you ask me, There are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on the earth. On June 20, 1942, Anne begins writing in her diary, addressing it as her friend Kitty. She mentions how her entire class is nervous about their result. It is unpredictable and will be decided by a meeting of teachers in which they will select students to be moved to next class or keep back. Many students were making bets. Some had put in their entire summer savings at stake. मतलब पूरी दाव पे लगा दी थी उन्होंने अपनी पूरी सेविंग शर्त लगाने में कि ये पास होगा या फेल होगा. She and her friend G always made fun of the nervous boys. They kept on showing to each other that I am not going to pass, while others would console them and say, yes, you would. She was polite as she tried to stop them from making noise, while Anne scolded them, but none of it worked. According to Anne, about a quarter of class should not be allowed to pass because they hardly respond or take part in any of the activities. She refers to them as dummies, means silly, bewkoof, but this may not be the case because teachers' decision cannot be predicted. मतलब टीचर्स के बारे में कुछ नहीं कहा जा सकता. I'm not worried about my girlfriends and myself. We will make it. The only subject I am not so sure about maths. Anyway, all we can do is fail. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart. Not to lose heart means not to discourage. The author says that she is not bothered, she was not troubled about her friend because she is sure that they will pass. The only thing subject that she is unsure about is mathematics. She seemed to be having a tough time with the subject, but all they could do was wait for the results and not to lose their hope. I get along pretty well with all my teachers. There are 9 of them, 7 men and 2 women. Mr. Kissing, the old Fauji, who Fauji means old patient, who teaches maths, was annoyed. Who is the maths teacher of Annie? Mr. Kissing was annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. After several warnings, he assigned me extra homework, an essay on the subject, a chatterbox. What can you write about that? I would worry about that later. I decided. I jotted down the title in my notebook, tucked it in my bag, and tried to keep quiet. Annoyed means slightly angry. Chatterbox means a person who likes to chatter, means talkative. Jotted means write quickly. She tells how she has a great relationship with all her teachers except the maths professor. He was constantly irritated by the author's talkativeness. Miss Annie Frank was very talkative and he was very bothered about her talkativeness. Despite several warnings, Anne did not stop talking in her class, which prompted him to give an extra homework to her as a punishment. The first one was to write an essay on chatterbox, which she thought was a strange topic to write on because what could one write about that? For the moment, she wrote the topic in her notebook, kept it in her bag, and focused on staying quiet. That evening, after I had finished the rest of my homework, the note about the easy caught my eyes. I began thinking of the subject while chewing the tip of my fountain pen. Anyone could ramble on, and ramble means to talk or write at length in a confused way. मतलब कुछ भी लिख सकता था. Leave big spaces between the words, but the trick was to come up with convincing arguments to prove the necessity of talking. I thought, and suddenly I had an idea. I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Kissing had assigned me and was satisfied. I argued that talking is a student's trait means quality, and that I would do my best to keep it under control, but that I would never be able to cure myself of the habit since my mother talked as much as I did. If not more, that there is not much you can do about inherited traits. The author came across the note she made as a reminder for the essay after she had finished the rest of her homework. She began thinking about the topic while chewing the tip of her fountain pen. This was the gesture that signifies that the writer is in deep thinking. While anyone could mention random stuff written for the sake of filling pages, she wanted to present concrete argument in support of talking. Meant she wanted to give some argument in support of her talking. She mentioned that she will try to better herself as a student, but talking is something that cannot be eliminated completely. This is because she got it as an inherited trait from her mother, and this is how she ended up writing 3 pages on the topic. Means her mother was very talkative, and so she was. Mr. Kissing had a good laugh at my argument, but when I proceeded to talk my way through the two next lessons, he assigned me a second essay. This time it was supposed to be on an incorrigible chatterbox. I handed it in, and Mr. Kissing had nothing to complain about for 2 whole lessons. However, during the third lesson, he finally had enough. Anne Frank, as punishment for talking in class, write an essay entitled Quack, 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 said Mr. Chatterbox. Proceed means to begin a course of action. Incorrigible means not able to be changed. Mistress means a woman in a position of authority or control. The professor found Annie's argument to be amusing, means entertaining, but when she did not stop talking in the next lesson also, he gave her yet another assignment. As punishment, the topic was an incorrigible chatterbox. Incorrigible refers to a bad habit that is difficult to change. He gave her this topic because he was annoyed of her unstoppable chatting. During his lesson on receiving this assignment, the professor did not say anything to her for a while, but when he lost his patience and he handed her yet another assignment as punishment on the topic quack, 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 said Mr. Chatterbox. In this way, students, she got 3 assignments for as a punishment to talk. The class roared. I had to laugh too, though I had nearly exhausted. Exhausted means tired. My ingenuity on the topic of chat boxes. It was time to come up with something else, something original. My friend San, who is good at poetry, who was good at poetry, offered to help me write the essay from beginning to end in verse, and I jumped for joy. Mr. Kissy was trying to play joke on me with his ridiculous subject, but I would make sure the joke was on him. रॉड मीन्स लाफ्ट, यहाँ पे हंसता है इसका मतलब. एग्जॉस्टेड मीन्स कम्प्लीटली यूज, टायर्ड. इंजेन्युइटी मीन्स द क्वालिटी ऑफ बी क्लेवर. वर्स मीन्स राइटिंग अरेंज with a metrical rhythm means poetry. Ridiculous means disturbing or inviting derision or mockery. Ridiculous means humorous, absurd. When the professor scolded her for the third time and punished her, the whole class started laughing. As a result, she had to pretend to be amused too. After writing twice on similar topics, she ran out of thoughts. She didn't have any thoughts to write. Thus, her friend San, who was good at poetry, offered to help her write in rhyme. The whole assignment scenario was to make Anne feel ashamed, but she made sure that she gave an effective reply. I finished my poem and it was beautiful. It was about a mother duck and a father swan with three baby ducklings who were beaten to death by the father because they quacked too much. Luckily, Mr. Kissing put the joke on the right way. He read the poem to the class, adding his own comments and to the several other classes as well. Since then, I have been allowed to talk and haven't been assigned any extra homework. On the contrary means opposite. Mr. Kissing's always making jokes these days. Yours and extracted from the diary of a young girl with slight adaptation. She finally wrote her third assignment in the form of a poem which turned out to be great. She wrote a satire that a father swan bit his three baby ducklings to death because of their noisy nature. To her good luck, the professor took it lightly. The professor recited the entire poem in front of the class while giving his own remarks simultaneously. The author, being fortunate enough, talked uninterruptedly after this incident without any further homework as punishment. Also, Mr. Kissing, the professor, started cracking jokes every now and then in front of the class. So, students, in this story, Anne got three assignments as a punishment and she wrote all the essays with all her heart, and she kept on giving her essays until she wrote a satire. After that third and last assignment, Mr. Kissing never pointed her out for talking. This is all for today's chapter. I hope you have understood and thank you for watching the video.